Tony.
There's a break in there. Come on, break.
What's your 20, buddy?
Everton, what's yours?
Forward. What's Center City, Philadelphia, Roger?
Roger. What's the old handle?
Dollar 1, Comstock Kid, Roger.
Oh, 10-4 Comstock Kid. This is Tiny out here in Havertown. 10-4.
1004 there, Tony. 1004. Yes, I have the copy up there.
Oh, not too bad. Coming up here about a 10.
Alright, well the radio is done. So this is part 2. You can go back a few videos and watch part 1. This thing had basically no transmit. But also had some other issues, including with receive and whatnot. But that ended up being an issue with the VCO, which I will include some video clips of me fixing that as well. But just to recap, no pun intended, what's been done so far to the radio. I'm going to try to go through this as fast as I can. So I ended up changing out all 4 hot dog lights. So these are them right here. Ended up getting whatever bulb was out or looked like it was, you know, dim or ready to go or flickering. I ended up changing it out. So now every single indicator works on the switches. So yeah. And then the alright. Everything works now. So that's a plus. Yeah, I decided to go with the incandescents. I think the radio's all original, so it should stay that way. Talking about putting a fan in here, because that's where the channel switch was for 40 uppers and lowers, I believe. So rather than putting a fan in, I don't think the customer was really, you know, when I brought up the idea, I don't think he was really digging it too much. So I just ended up putting a button head bolt in there. I think it looks okay. Too bad, you know, it's like a 1/4 inch hole drilled there, so it's kind of a shame to leave it open. So I thought that that's a stainless steel button head bolt. So I think it looks okay. Overall looks okay. I'll get the rest of it on, but whole radio's been recapped. The VCO has been repaired. So that was a first for me, but looked familiar. That looks just like a regular Cybernet VCO, the ones that, you know, the varactor goes bad and whatnot. But tube, this is another new tube. A couple of the tubes I've been getting were supposedly new old stock. One fell apart. One tested bad. So anyway, after I think this is the 4th driver, the 4th final tube. I got one going, and the driver tube was replaced as well. So anyway, everything's working great. Great modulating radio, aligned, ready to go. So we can take a look at the bottom side. So here's all the parts. So that resistor was upgraded. That's a 2 watt. That was upgraded to a 3 watt. All the resistors, whatever I changed, got upgraded to a 1 watt higher rating. So filter cap has been done. It's super important to do these, only because, you know, with the AC humming, you know, whatever, it keeps that noise down. So you can either restuff those. These dual section caps are not bad to replace. So I'll end up putting it back in just for kind of decoration. But I either stuff those, restuff them, or just, if there's room on the bottom, I just mount the 2 caps so that these 2 caps take the place of that 1 cap. So if there's room, I just normally do that. So yeah, the filter caps were, all the caps are done, every single cap. So I'll flip this over and we can take a look at the bottom side as well. Alright, so here's the bottom side. All the high voltage caps have been changed. There's one right in there. So yeah, everything's been changed. Those are the, you know, when you do these, you know, you're never gonna make them look pretty, so it is what it is. So that takes the place of the filter cap. And what else did I do here? Yeah, I upgraded that from a 2 watt to a 3 watt. That was, I believe, a 1 watt to a 2 watt, or a 1 watt to a 2 watt. So, yeah, and then on the top side, it was from 1 watt to a 2 watt as well. But, yeah, so the radio is good to go. I repaired as much as I could, so you can see they really buggered up when they did the channel mod, they really buggered up some of the traces there. So, I kind of just, plus they covered it in wax, so I just kind of cleaned it all up as best I could, and I just tinned as much as I could so that way no bare copper would be showing. So that's why it looks like that. But yeah, one trace was completely cut out, as you can see there. But it's working, everything's working. She's on frequency. Just a great modulating radio. Let me tell you, I'm not a fan of working on these, but when they're working well, it's tough to beat the modulation on these radios and the audio quality. The 2 tubes, you know, I complain all the time, you know, why would he put 2, you know, why would the company put 2 tubes? You know, tubes were kind of a thing of the past, but man, with the driver and the final tube, this thing really modulates. So, all right, enough talking. I'm going to get it's going to take me a little while, but I'm going to get the cover back on this, and we'll do our tests. And yeah, that's basically it. Let me tell you, man, this thing's been fighting me tooth and nail. So there's the VCO out of this jack. So yeah, it goes right in there. So once you go align it, set the VCO voltage, which is where are you? Right there. Adjust for 3 volts on test point 1. I went to go check it. It was like 4.8 volts. So the radio was transmitting and receiving really low on anything below 15, channel 15. So from 15 to 40, you know, receiving and transmitting fine, but anything below that, it was just like low. So there was a glob of you can kind of see in there was a glob of paraffin wax, and somebody went to go adjust the VCO at some point and cracked the core. Pretty typical. But then tried to put the pieces back in. I've never seen this before. Put the little pieces back in with some paraffin wax, and I don't know. So anyway, I took it apart. I've never taken one of these apart, but it is kind of like a regular Cybernet VCO. In fact, you can take this apart way easier, and you can actually do that electrolytic that's there as well. So actually, you know, it ends up being pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, take that out, and hopefully pull the core out of that transformer. Stand by. All right. Fortunately, I was able to get the core out from the back side and put a new core in. So I'm going to go ahead and put a new cap on this, and yeah, put this back together. Hopefully I can get the voltages and straighten away. All right, so there's a new cap in there, a new core. But I'm willing to bet that one of these replacement VCOs, the Cybernet from the gentleman, I forget the company, out in England, one of those replacement VCOs would probably fit. I didn't actually look at all the values of the caps and stuff, but physically it would fit right in there. So I'm assuming that's a direct replacement for any of the Cybernet VCOs. So yeah, but now that I know there's a electrolytic under there, I'm gonna have to start doing this to all the DACs that I repair. So that's a good I guess mistake to know. So let me get this back in. All right, DC meter to test point 1. There it is right there. It's test point 1. It's the VCO installed. 3 volts. All right, I'm happy with that. I was able to save it. So channel 1 AM. That was a close one, to be honest. I didn't know what to expect. I've never had to take one of those apart before, so that was good. All right, I can move on now. Yeah, so I just put the filter cap back in, but these radios have known issues with the power supply, so I try to do when I'm recapping these radios. Well, I either do everything or I will at least do the power supply filter, the filter cap, the dual section can, and all the high voltage caps on the underside. So I think it's super important to do that. But obviously if it's an option, and if the customer wants, obviously recapping the whole radio is super beneficial for this DAC. All right, enough talk. Let me get this back together. I have to step away from the workbench with this monster. All right, it's all back together. Yeah, looking good. This is a good looking radio. Probably, I gotta say, it's the best, no doubt, the best looking radio, in my opinion, of any radio. I like the look of these even better than the Cobra 2000. Yeah, just, of course, it's my opinion, but I think many would agree that one of the major things going for this radio is the cosmetics. But anyway, all right, we're on AM 19. Audio. If you remember that waveform before, it was just pinched and clipped. So like about 18. That's a normal output for this radio. Of course, you can crank these up, but you know what's going to end up happening is you're going to end up dramatically shortening the life of those tubes. So, and you know, they're I wouldn't say they're super rare. It's a common tube, but they are getting expensive. So just if you keeping these original, just try to keep everything to normal transmit specs, I guess. All right, go to lower sideband. Oh, let me put this. Audio, check, 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 1, check 2, check 1, check 2, audio, check, 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 check. Just shy of 25, like 20 watts or so. Yeah, so anyway, that's transmit. Well, actually, let's see how it sounds. Hopefully it won't squeal. 19 AM, alrighty. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check 1, check 2. Let me turn it up just a little bit more. Check, 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 check 1, check 2, check, check, check. Try turning the mic gain down on the radio itself. Check, 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 check 1, check 2, check 1, check 2, audio. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Checking out the audio on this DAC. A DAC 10. Audio, check, check, check. Check, check, check. Yeah, beautiful sounding radio as well. Set to like right around 90% modulation. So, all right, let's do receive. And then we will, yeah, kind of just conclude with that. I'll put her on the antenna and we'll do some channel surfing. All right, stand by. Sorry guys, just a massive radio, but we have minus 110, 11 dBm, a 12 dB of synad. Hold on. All right, and there's an S9. Man, this thing's massive. All right, let's put her on the antenna. It's I'd say it's on par. I'd say it's on par with all the other radios. A little bit better, but all right, let me get her on the antenna. It's not much skip, to be honest, today. Alright guys, well, I think I'm going to end it here. Alright guys, well anyway, there you have it. A Dak 10 restored. I'm glad this one stayed original and it wasn't hollowed out. So, alright guys, thanks for watching.